Today's June 12th is an opportunity for us to remember that Nigeria is a bed and we can only lie on it the way we lay the sheets.
The presidential candidate of the Social Democratic Party, SDP, Prince Adebayo, has urged Nigerians to renew their commitment to democracy, credible elections, constitutional government, and the welfare of the people as the country marks the 33th anniversary of the historic June 12, 1993 presidential election. In his Democracy Day message to Nigerians, Adebayo described June 12 as a sacred reminder of the power of the people's will and the heavy price paid by patriots in the struggle for democratic rule, noting that the annulment of the election by the military government was a betrayal of the constitution and the sovereignty of Nigerians.
Fellow Nigerians, today is June 12th, 2026. Exactly 33 years ago, we had an election in this country in which Moshood Kashimawo Olawale Abiola ran for president on the platform of the Social Democratic Party with the message, farewell to poverty. That election was contested against the National Republican Convention, which produced Alhaji Uthman Tofa as the presidential candidate. That election took place. Millions of Nigerians voted, and MKO Abiola of the Social Democratic Party won the election. That was a glorious moment for Nigeria. At that time, on June 12, 1993, apartheid was still the government of South Africa. Many African countries were still under military rule. Nigeria was having an opportunity to lead Africa and the rest of the world in democratization. Unfortunately, as history shows, undemocratic elements in the leadership of Nigeria at the time annulled that election. Of course, no one can annul the will of the people. But what it meant was that the military government of that time and their collaborators decided to betray the constitution and betray the sovereignty of Nigerians.
Adebayo, however, expressed concern that 33 years after the June 12 election, Nigeria is still struggling with many of the same democratic challenges that existed before the historic poll.
And now, the journey towards democracy continues. Next year, we are to have another election to elect the president, members of National Assembly, governors, members of the Houses of Assembly of various states. I must thank President Muhammadu Buhari of blessed memory for instituting June 12th as Democracy Day. And I must thank many thousands of Nigerians who lost their lives in defense of June 12th and in defense of democracy. It is a big challenge that 33 years after June 12th, we are still struggling with every problem we had before June 12th.
The SDP candidate therefore called for the emergence of a government that will uphold Chapter 2 of the Nigerian Constitution, particularly the fundamental objectives and directive principles of state policy, with the welfare, security, and well-being of Nigerians placed at the center of governance.
Our search for democracy is currently challenged by the undemocratic practices of the administration of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu, who himself was a member of the SDP at the time of June 12. Today, many political parties are under a siege from the government. The civil society is not encouraged, it's rather discouraged. Law enforcement still interfere in politics, and political parties still haven't learned internal democracy. And many of our elections are not anything that can be seen as a successor to June 12. Vote buying, violence, lack of credibility on the part of INEC, and a lot of other undemocratic habits still remain with our people.
Recalled that on June 12, 1993, Chief Moshood Kashimowo Olawale Abiola contested the presidential election on the platform of the Social Democratic Party (SDP) with the message of farewell to poverty and won the confidence of millions of Nigerians across the country.
Nigeria.